If you're currently a company driver thinking about becoming an owner-operator, it's important to first know how much it costs to be an owner-operator. How much you need to start your trucking business will be determined by what kind of truck you are going to operate and if you're going to operate under your own authority or you're going to lease your business on with your motor carrier of choice. Once your business is up and running, your expenses will be influenced by how you run your business and where you run your business. If you're still looking for information on how to start a trucking business, we made a video about that before. We'll link it in the description box below. Otherwise, continue watching for all the costs associated with starting your trucking business and running your trucking business.
The initial expense of starting your own business is going to be what type of truck you want to run. Your first option would be to buy a used truck. This can cost anywhere from $45,000 to $100,000. However, you may be able to drive that cost down if you work with a company like Schneider Used Trucks, who often accept a reasonable offer. Your second option would be to buy a new truck. This is anywhere from $125,000 to $150,000, with the biggest driving force behind that being the make, model, and year that you're desiring to purchase. The third option is going to be to lease a truck. You can choose from a new or gently used truck, and this is a great option if you work with a company like SFI Trucks, who are flexible with your credit score and a down payment. Your lease payment could be $3,000 a month, but that's going to vary on the type of truck and the company that you're leasing with.
So the second type of cost to think about when starting your trucking business is documentation. We will be running through what type of documentation your business needs and how much they cost in this video. But we want you to keep in mind that where you live and where you run your business may influence how much you pay for that type of documentation. The first thing that you will need to obtain is a DOT number and an MC number. These will cost you about $300 combined. A DOT number is for companies that operate commercial vehicles and haul freight in interstate commerce, while an MC number is for companies that operate commercial vehicles and haul freight in interstate commerce. If you're going to be hauling someone else's property, you're going to need both a DOT number and an MC number. In order to start your business, you will also need a business registration and an LLC fee, which will cost about $50 to $300. And while a pre-pass is not mandatory, we do recommend owner-operators to get them because they're only about $14.99 per month. And what's so great about them is that they allow you to bypass weigh stations. You'll also need to get your plates and your IRP certification, which could cost about $140. You'll need to get your IFTA, which is the International Fuel Tax Agreement decal, which is about $10. However, the cost will vary depending on your state's fuel tax rate. You'll need to obtain a BOC3 form, which is about $20 to $40, and it gives trucking companies a legal presence in any state where they do business. And lastly, you'll be required to pay an HVUT tax, which stands for Heavy Vehicle Use Tax. This is an annual federal highway use tax paid to the IRS on vehicles operating on public highways at a gross weight of 55,000 pounds. The next cost of being an owner-operator is insurance. You are required to insure your truck as an owner-operator. However, the cost of insuring your truck will be dependent on whether you lease your business on with a motor carrier or you choose to operate under your own authority. So if you lease on with a motor carrier, that motor carrier will most likely cover most of your insurance costs. You will be required to spend about $3,000 to $5,000 per truck per year on insurance, and this will include the workers' compensation or occupational accident insurance, physical damage insurance, and non-trucking liability insurance, which is often referred to as bobtail or unladen insurance. If you are going to operate under your own authority, you should expect to spend about $12,000 to $20,000 on insurance per truck per year. You will be required to get the following: commercial auto liability insurance, which includes uninsured and underinsured motorists, commercial general liability insurance, cargo liability insurance, workers' compensation or occupational accident insurance, and physical damage insurance.
Once you have your business up and running, fuel will most likely be one of your highest costs. On average, fuel would be anywhere from $50,000 to $70,000 annually, or $4,000 to $6,000 per month. However, your personal fuel costs will vary depending on where and how you decide to run your business. If you're wondering how to calculate cost per mile, we do have an article on SchneiderOwneroperators.com, and we'll go ahead and link that in the description box below. Oftentimes, owner-operators have to pay to obtain freight, and how you get your loads will impact how much you're going to pay. For example, freight brokers and dispatchers will charge a flat rate, or about 5 to 10% for each load that you haul. On the other hand, you could lease on with a motor carrier and take advantage of a free and private load board to get your loads. It's up to you to decide how you want to get your loads and what's best for your business.
So once you get your business up and running, truck maintenance should be part of your overall budget. And although we can't give you an exact maintenance cost, we can tell you that your maintenance may vary based on if you operate a new or a used truck, what type of truck you operate, so that could be the year, make, and model, because this will influence what type of parts your truck needs and where you can get those parts. And lastly, your maintenance costs may be influenced by where you choose to get your maintenance done. A couple of ways that you can cut down on your maintenance costs include making sure that you always do a pre-trip inspection and leasing your company on with a motor carrier of choice, because then you can take advantage of their buying power for paying for things like tires, fuel, maintenance, etc.
As a business owner, you are going to have to pay taxes. You're going to be required to pay those on a quarterly basis. We encourage you to set aside anywhere from 25 to 30% of your weekly revenue in order to pay those taxes on a quarterly basis. It's important to remember that what state you live in and where you run your business will impact those taxes. Some other expenses that go along with running your own business are going to be things like food. You can invest in a microwave or a fridge that you can keep in your truck so that it keeps you from spending that money on fast food every day. You'll probably also need a cell phone and a data plan in order to run your business successfully. Some other expenses while you're out on the road are going to be toiletry items, laundry, bathroom, parking, and showers. So make sure that you remember these easy-to-forget items when you're planning out your budget.
If you're looking for more information on how much it costs to be an owner-operator and you're looking for just a little bit of a deeper dive, check out our article on SchneiderOwneroperators.com. We have a bunch of really great information in the tips section for both new and experienced owner-operators, and we add new content monthly. Otherwise, if you're ready to lease your business on with a motor carrier, check out what opportunities Schneider has at SchneiderOwneroperators.com. Or if you prefer talking to a recruiter, give one a call at 828-LEASE.